right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for RWBY Volume 6, Chapter 9. All right, so Ozker has ran away or has disappeared. Where did he go?
Who knows?
This is something that we will have to find out in the episode.
Right.
But I theorize that this is something that will lead to some good Ozpin Oscar, you know, kind of talk there. Unless they keep it all entirely from the other perspective with, you know, everyone else looking for him.
Because then there's also the fact that Ozpin doesn't really want to talk to anybody right now, so...
Yeah, that's a good point. So, it's going to be interesting, guys. But hey, we're back with RWBY after a week's holiday break.
Yes,
so,
indeed.
Without further ado, let's get into this. More Genlock. The marketing for this show has been curious.
Shit.
Visuals are nice,
Not a
though.
skirmish. This is not airspace confusion. This is not a terrorist action. This is it. The Union's making their play.
Cool.
All right.
January 26th. Cool. Why don't we have more Nora Ren just being adorable?
I know.
Like, why? Why do we have to wait?
We need more
opening. Yeah.
Yep.
Had a dream to pass, so we cannot wait. Yeah, so I think we're kind of through the opening, if you think about it. Like,
I think so. Yeah.
Like, the only thing I think that we're still kind of missing on is just kind of, you know, those little moments with them, you know, kind of doing something, you know. But other than that, yeah. Yeah, after that little thing with John and Oscar, we've essentially gone through the entire opening, and there's still,
I believe so, yeah.
Still this episode, and they're doing 13 episodes this volume, so that's 5 episodes in total. Yeah, including this one.
Right.
Not a lot left. Oh.
We haven't seen these guys in a while.
Kept in the dark like this.
Yeah, Cinder was a pain, but at least she kept us filled in.
No, I'm saying there's no lights in here.
I ask you something.
You're gonna.
You're gonna.
Why did you come with us? The night Cinder and I found you.
Why are you asking?
Just answer the question.
You ever wonder why we're
Just
here?
made sense.
It made sense.
All my life, my father trained me to be a killer, an assassin like him. And then moments after I killed him, you two showed up looking for someone with my exact skills. Just felt like it was meant to be.
That's it?
Wow.
Hey, what's your problem?
I mean, there has to be something you want from this, right?
Salem's promised us everything. We win this thing for her, we'll be top dogs in her new world. What more do you want?
Cinder was the only family I ever had. She
Wow.
cared about me, taught me things.
Voice acting's really good.
But without her here, I don't know if what we're doing...
Wake up already.
Whoa.
Cinder doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about either of us.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You're in denial. And if you're gonna start having a crisis of identity or some crap, get me out of it.
Oh. Dang.
I'm sorry you didn't have a mommy that loved you, but I had a father who hated me.
Whoa.
He never went easy on me. Every day of training was a beating. And when I unlocked my semblance, He stole it with his. This is
Whoa.
a crutch. This makes you weak.
Whoa.
He told me I could have it back when I was strong. So I got strong. But I never got it back. I've
Dang.
had to work harder than anyone to get where I am.
Holy crap.
I
Okay.
may not like it here without Cinder, but I think I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Hey, Tyrion.
Yes, the world is mean, and I'm a big bad man now, just like the others.
How long have you been standing there?
All you ever learned was pain and violence, and now you're too afraid to leave it. Such a tragedy.
You don't know me.
Get punked.
Yeah.
Get punked.
For real.
Hey. I want to tell you both a little secret. Your question is all wrong.
What?
What do you want from this? Children, please.
Children.
Not loving what you're doing, and you're in the wrong field.
Oh.
So what? Are you saying we should just leave?
Oh, no. You can't do that.
Then what did you come here for?
To say farewell. There's been a change in plans. Her Grace must act swiftly if we are to prevail. If General Ironwood comes to his senses and calls upon aid from Vacuo, all may be lost for us. And so the good doctor and I are being sent to Atlas to prepare.
Prepare for what?
Tyrion! It's time.
Oh.
Okay.
All
Do
right.
what makes you happy, children. Please. I'm begging you.
Wow.
Oh my god. Tyrion, that was amazing.
That was.
Oscar!
Okay.
The city's enormous. He could have gone anywhere. It's all my fault. I overreacted.
I
The
still
background
don't
people
understand
really did.
what happened.
Exactly.
Did a great job.
Please notice, they did a really good job.
I know. Top secret. Did he do something wrong?
No, he didn't. We just got some new information, and it's going to be a lot harder than we thought.
I mean,
Okay, cool.
if
They're
it
going
was
with that
easy,
angle,
then
telling
it wouldn't
her.
be important, right?
I think we're all just a bit unsure of what to do next.
Yeah.
Stay in Mistral, get your licenses at Haven, and
That's.
come back to Argus.
I mean,
There's a lot of good you can do here.
that's kind of
I
true.
know your mission is important,
Yeah.
but it's not like you're the only ones who can do it. It's not the only mission that needs doing.
Yeah.
It's not that simple.
I should go pick up Adrian from daycare. I'll let Tara know what's happened, and we'll meet you later.
Okay.
Good luck.
All right.
Hey, there's a cafe over there. Why don't we get something to warm up?
I'm okay. You two go on ahead.
Yes.
Is
it's
Nora
big
saying she
party
wants some
anymore.
caffeine?
No, this is set up to be
don't
like
want
a Christmas
anything?
episode, so we need
Right.
hot chocolate.
Right.
We'll be right back.
Aye. Can we follow Red and Nora whenever
Yeah,
they
I
go
know.
on these like?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you bastards!
yeah.
You bastards! Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Oh boy.
That's mean.
Oh boy.
That is mean. Oh.
No way.
Oh my
No
god.
way.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Why?
Why? Like, Merry Christmas. Ugh. Wow. Okay.
Wow. A new track. Oh my god. Wow.
beautiful, isn't it?
Her parents? Oh my god, no. Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
With the red hair.
Why here?
She trained here. Sanctum Academy.
Yeah, it is. It thinks it's
Everyone
Jim
was
Brown.
crushed when she chose Beacon over Haven. No one wanted to see her go, but it was where she wanted to be. I'm just glad she was surrounded by such amazing people.
She should be standing here.
She is. She understood that she had a responsibility to try. I don't think she would regret her choice, because a Huntress would understand that there really wasn't a choice to make. And a Huntress is what she always wanted to be.
You guys, like...
Pyrrha never got the chance to graduate.
Oh,
but she
okay.
was
I know.
a Huntress.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
John?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, and here comes
Yeah.
Oh, is she gone? Oh.
John, why did you...
Oh.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's the team all together.
Yeah.
And a terrible friend, and John.
This has to stop.
We heard what you said to Cinder at Haven. You're not being fair to yourself. We love you, just like we loved Pyrrha.
Yeah.
We're teammates.
Yeah.
Family.
We don't want to lose you two.
Oh.
Okay.
This is so
right.
good. This
I
is
think-
so good.
I think she knew she wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
That she might not come out alive.
Yeah.
But she also knew she was the only one that could try.
So she did.
Maybe we should too.
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pyrrha may not be by our side anymore, but we can fight like she is.
And in a way,
That's good.
she will be.
Oh.
We should check back in at the house. Come on.
And then Argus gets attacked. Wait.
Oh. Oh.
Thank you.
That would be a really funny coincidence if that was, you know, them going to Atlas. But, I mean, it doesn't have to be. No.
Yeah.
Leave.
I've never seen him this bad.
Oh.
Come on, let's get him up.
Why am I on the stairs?
Probably because no one's home, Uncle Crow. We've been out looking for Oscar.
Oscar?
Hey. All right. Everybody.
This looks great. The neighbors.
No luck?
No. You?
Don't worry. We aren't going to Atlas without him.
We?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry we won't be staying.
No, you're not.
How about we get out of the cold?
Oh, I was wondering when you'd get back.
Oh my god!
Looking good, Oscar.
Whoa! What the what?
You had us worried sick. Are you okay?
What are you wearing?
Yeah!
Is something cooking?
Oh, yeah, I thought maybe you guys would appreciate a hot meal after spending all day looking for me, apparently.
It's my fault we were all out there in the first place. Oscar, I am so sorry for earlier. I was way out of line, and what I said...
No, it's okay. These past few days, I've been scared of the same things you were. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be me.
Me, yeah.
But I did some thinking, and I do know that I want to do everything I can to help with whatever time I have left.
Good.
Ooh.
All right. This team isn't the same without you, Oscar.
Crow in the background.
Casserole!
We're on it, Chef.
Spinach
Here
puffs.
looks good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are you going now?
I don't want to get in the way of your celebration.
You've been gone all day. Just sit with us.
Yeah.
Look, Ruby, I'm glad you kids worked out, whatever all that was. But the fact is, we're not a single step closer to Atlas.
Actually, I think I have an idea. But it's sort of a no going back kind of idea.
Well, let's hear it.
With Cordo on watch, only Atlas airships have the clearance to leave for Solitas.
So you steal one?
We steal an Atlas airship.
That's not just breaking the law. That's definitely worse.
How would we even get onto the airfield?
That part I haven't quite figured out yet. But I was...
Okay, stop. Just stop. Look, if this thing goes south, it's not something we can just fight our way out of. This is the Atlas military we're talking about. For their sake, just drop this.
I wanted to have Ruby say, what if we mail ourselves there?
I want to hear him out.
Ruby.
I want to hear him out. I know you're trying to protect us, that you're afraid we can't do it, but right now, I don't really care what you think.
Yeah. You better put up or shut up.
Yeah.
Just because you don't have an idea doesn't mean we're out of options.
Right.
Oz hasn't been here to tell us what to do, but we still managed to get this far anyway.
Yeah.
We've been in bad situations before, and we didn't need an adult to come save us or tell us what to do. We just did it our way.
And we certainly don't need one to drag us down.
Yeah.
And I say we do it our way.
Hey!
So is Crow gonna help out, or is he just gonna go sulk?
If you can keep up with us kids, we'd be happy to have you.
There you go. There you go.
That was very important.
That was well put.
Looks like you didn't give her enough credit either.
Ah! Oh, that's fantastic. Oh.
Okay.
That's our Ruby. That's a Ruby right there. Holy crap.
Though, that will be
this episode.
That'll be interesting.
Wow.
Oh yeah, this was great.
Like the characterization moments, the actual like development, the freaking Pyrrha like heartthrob stuff. They're getting us in the nostalgic feels, and they're actually developing characters. They gave stuff for freaking Mercury.
Oh yeah, the Yuri Lowenthal lines delivery was just
my god.
And the new the tale is I really like how.
And they were even meta about it because they're like, hey, why are you having me exposit? Just shut up and tell the story. It's like, yes, we don't need to get all flashy with explanations of why. Characterization doesn't need an excuse. Just do it. Wow.
All right.
I really like this episode.
Yeah.
Like this was a really good episode.
One of the things that I'm really glad that they did here that I wasn't necessarily expecting them to do, but once they started doing it, I'm like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Is the Jean development, because I haven't liked Jean this volume. And that's unfortunate because Jean was one of my favorite characters, and especially with everything that happened with Pyrrha, I wanted to see him work through it and not just be in the uglier parts of the grieving process.
Right. If anything, it felt like, and this is something I think it's probably had an issue with for a while now, is that Jean's best moment came in Volume 2.
Right.
And since then, other than Volume 4, Chapter 2, there hasn't really been any great Jean stuff.
Exactly.
Like, I really... Like, that whole Volume 5 part at the end, you know, like, we heard what you said to Cinder. Like, that was emotional and stuff, and him having a semblance thing, but there was no real characterization in it.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't feel authentic to Jean because it was born out of this hatred. And that's something that we could totally feel is realistic for him to have here. But this was a new side of Jean that feels consistent internally with his character throughout the entire show.
And I think the reason that they had a lot of difficulty was because they did a time skip at the end of Volume 3.
Yes.
So we weren't able to see the raw parts of Jean dealing with it. The best we got was when he was on the phone with Weiss, right? In Volume 3.
Sure.
And that was absolutely amazing, right? That was incredible.
Yeah, but he was at the very beginning of the whole thing that had just happened.
Exactly.
She hadn't even really died yet.
Right.
You know, he had basically said she's going to die. But I think the Volume 4, Chapter 2 part was important to show that he hadn't dealt with it yet. He was still in the grieving process, essentially. So now that we have this is a part of moving on, but it's also a reconciliation, not only with Jean dealing with Pyrrha made the right choice, and she believed they made the right choice. It's about how we as the group are going up against insurmountable odds, and yet we should still try anyway, despite that. It's important.
Another thing that I think was really important about that wasn't just that she made the right choice, but that she made the choice.
Yes, exactly.
Because what Jean's been dealing with here is wanting to blame Ozpin because everything that they did because they believed in Ozpin, right? You know, the tower cannot fall and everything. So, but it was still Pyrrha's choice.
Yep.
And they can't take away from that.
Yeah.
Because to do that would be a dishonor to her memory.
Right, and I liked how her mother, which I assume that was her mother.
Yeah, probably.
Same voice actress as Pyrrha. Shout out to Jen Brad. You're fantastic.
Yeah. And that was great.
That was fantastic.
It was one of those things though where I'm like, no, why aren't they like I would have loved so much for her to have been more of the focus character for while they're in Argus. Rather than say Jean's sister. It was still great to see Jean's sister.
But they got both.
And her family.
They got both.
So
that's great.
But there was this feeling where I'm wondering, does she know?
I think she does.
Does she know who that Jean was on her team and all that stuff? And
I think she does.
And I believe so. But still, it's like it was such a quick interaction and it was so good that I wish it could have gone on longer. But that's a good problem to have, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So, and this is another thing that's really cool. Something that I think is very important to bring up here. They have tripled down on the attachment we have to Argus.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys realized it in this episode, but one of the things...
They even had the in-universe shout-out to the people who had done the backgrounds and everything, being like, this place is huge.
They're essentially saying, they spent a lot of time making this place look amazing. Wow. I wonder what would happen if it got attacked.
Well, the thing is that because of how this is going now, it doesn't necessarily have to be an attack.
It doesn't have
to. This could
no.
just be they try to steal an airship and maybe it goes well, maybe it doesn't. Maybe they get chased through the town for a while. Like who knows? Like all sorts of things could happen. But wow.
But and now we have also the Nico's family.
Right. Yeah. Just in case we didn't have enough attachment to the town itself. Now we certainly do. So if the town does get attacked, then the number of like families and people that they will have to protect here in this town will just be ridiculous.
I want to bring this up because this is actually something that here's a problem that Star Wars had a little bit, but they overcame it
with the newer ones or
the older ones, both the original trilogy and the prequels. Was that the universe, the galaxy felt small. A lot of things just happened on Tatooine, you know.
Sure.
There are a lot of things that just happened on the same planet, and they wouldn't really spend much time delving deep into the planets that they would hop around to.
Right.
In RWBY, one of the things that they started off with was the school. There's the whole idea that the world outside is big, but the story's only going to be in the school anyway.
Exactly.
When they opened it up, they had a little bit of a problem figuring out, how do we make this world feel big, but also like actually populate it
right. And
people, but still also have it feel dangerous. So they were
did a lot
in
of traveling, and that's fine.
Yes.
But they did a bit too much traveling, and now they're doubling down on the locations.
But this city, Argus, this is the best iteration of a location they've ever done in the show outside of Beacon Academy.
Right.
Like,
and
in
even
some
then,
ways,
I almost would say it's better than Beacon Academy, because at Beacon it's like, okay, they have the one classroom, model or something.
Well,
right?
that was the limitations of their
of
the
course,
productions at the time.
But this is how the production can really shine, because the thing is that we were able to get attached to the Beacon very well because of the characters and the story and everything that was happening there, right? But for a new place, it can be a lot harder.
It takes a lot more work, because you need to showcase not only the location itself, but you need to showcase characters within it that attach you to the place
exactly right,
independently of your main characters just occupying within
separate
that space.
From the plot. Why do these characters care almost more than they should about this place? Right?
Exactly.
And
now we know. We have
definitely
Jean's sister. We have Pyrrha and their kid Adrian. We have the Nikos family potentially being here. Now it's not confirmed necessarily that was either just a coincidental happenstance of maybe her visiting, or
and they did something kind of strange where they made the mom, assuming that was the mom, leave very quickly, like just disappear, like that. And the thing is, I don't think it's any kind of like mystical stuff or whatever, right?
No.
that was just her mom, right?
Because the flowers
were there, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Totally. And they needed the episodes, they still need to keep them moving along and
exactly
stuff. And if everyone else came there, like Nora and Ren and everything, then it would just be like, oh my god, you're Pyrrha's,
they would have to act in character, and that would slow down the plot progression. Yes.
But the fact that it was an autumn leaf, that led him there, and then she was gone, and then the leaf, got blown around again. It was just like, okay, like it was a very good sort of impressionistic just touch that they did there. But one of the things that I'm starting to wonder about is if Argus gets attacked, like as soon as they introduced Pyrrha's mom, again assuming it's Pyrrha's mom,
right?
I had this image of basically Argus getting attacked, and then Jean is like goes to help them, and they see like maybe they finally clue into like the sash, or something, right?
Oh, sure.
And then it's like, I get it. I really get it now,
Yeah.
But then of course Jean's sister is also here with her family, so they'd kind of have to maybe like just be like, all right, all our relatives and and relatives of friends just get in one area so that we can protect you all at the same time. But
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mercury and Emerald are finally talking about their motivations,
right?
Which is so funny,
Yay.
Because I think that Miles and Carrie for Volume 6 were like, where are the criticisms that we've had in RWBY? They're all over the place. Okay, how many can we address in one volume?
Yeah.
A lot. All right, let's address as many as we can. This one is an old one, guys. This is an old one. Like immediately when they were introduced in Volume 3. Sorry, Volume 2. Volume 2. What I meant to say was that when we got their backstory episode in Volume 3, it was more focused on Cinder and her motivations.
Right.
It only told us what was happening around the time when they met and how Cinder kind of convinced them. But they had that weird thing where they would fade to black and stuff, and they kept it vague specifically with Mercury. And with Emerald, there were a couple things assumed, but they never actually went in depth into it.
And it had, but the thing that Emerald had that Mercury didn't was there was an emotional anchor. Whereas like, okay, Mercury killed his father. That is very strong as far as emotions go, right? In order to be brought to that point. But we didn't have any emotional anchor to who he was now.
After. Yep.
So it was one of those things where it's like, okay, this is a great start, but we need to get into that more, and we hadn't, because Mercury has always been an edgelord, right? But here we actually got to let him, monologue with his Sasuke hair and everything. And it was wonderful,
Yes.
And I love how they brought it up. It was like, wait, you're bringing this up now, and Emerald's like, wait, come on, but why are you actually here? It's like, this is the question people have always wondered. I have an emotional anchor and stuff, and that's being called into question, but what about you?
Yeah.
And we always stick together, so if I'm starting to question things, don't we need to know where you stand so that way, we know if we're actually going to stick together or not? Or,
exactly.
But yeah.
So right now, what they've set up is that Mercury wants Emerald to leave him out of all of this stuff.
Which is interesting because he was usually sort of like puppy dogging after Emerald, in at least with the introduction that we got.
Well, okay, let's be real. No, what it felt was that he was more just kind of sass flirting with her.
Right, exactly.
And yet she was blowing him off constantly.
Right.
So it wasn't puppy dog.
No, I know. As close as Mr. Foot Edgelord is ever going to get. But,
he was still being kind of a prick. Right. Like that's the thing. The main thing that we understood from Mercury is that he was kind of a dick, through and through.
Yeah. And had a very inflated view of himself. Like, I love that when he was going to give his exposition about himself, he's shadowboxing.
Oh,
while it's happening. Yeah, because of course,
of course he would. Of course he would.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, he's an assassin. That's a profession that warrants some. Wait, hold up. There are so many questions that could be asked. Why the hell are there assassins in a world of monsters?
Right.
That means you are specifically there for killing people.
Right.
People. Well, which is if you wanted to be an assassin in this world, all you really had to do was have a good pair of legs and the ability to channel some really dark emotion in your head, and you could assassinate an entire town. So
a good pair of legs? Really?
A good pair of legs. Yes, for running when the Grimm come.
Yes, but
phrasing? Okay, all right, yes, whatever. But the point is that when he actually started getting emotional and he started talking about the stuff with his dad, and he started talking about how he had his semblance stolen from him, and how he had to earn it back, but he never did.
But he didn't get it back. So does that mean that the breakdancing things that he did in Volume 3, was that not his semblance?
That's dust weaponry stuff. Yeah, not his semblance.
Okay.
Yeah. So, guys, that's another crazy thing. We have another person confirmed that never. Well, no, he did unlock his semblance. But he had it stolen from him. So
so this is how Mercury can be an even bigger edgelord. Because it's the idea that we've never been able to see him fight at his full power.
Oh my god. that was good. But then we have Intro Tyrion, who I kind of think this episode showcased
redeem Tyrion a little bit in your eyes.
No, I've never really liked Tyrion that much.
Yeah,
but
never cared enough to even have him need to be redeemed, kind of a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think Tyrion has been a cool opportunity for them to show off a unique fighting style in Volume 4. But since then, Tyrion's just a crazy guy. And to be honest, I don't really like characters that are just crazy for the sake of being crazy.
Right.
This screen time that they've been giving to him in Volume 6, that moment at the entrance, and this part here, love it. Absolutely love it. It feels way more complex, way more multi-dimensional.
Because before it was the most depth we might get from Tyrion was that he was a discount speedwagon for Salem.
Yes, he was a hype man for Salem, and he worships her, basically.
He was a male Bellatrix Lestrange, and I mean, I'd never really liked Bellatrix Lestrange as a character.
That is a good comparison because that craziness that we saw at the end of Volume 4 when he's all with the crying and stuff. It's I get it. I buy the acting, but the character doesn't intrigue me.
Exactly.
But this is way more. He was egging them on to.
So do you know why? Why? I think why we like this so much. It almost has that sort of Hisoka vibe of the trickster, where they have a specific motivation that is a sub-motivation to the main villain's motivation, right? Because Salem, well, she wouldn't really care that he's doing this, right?
Nope, doesn't care at all.
But the thing is that him potentially dividing her forces, right, or at least getting some of her forces to leave, is not in their best interest.
No, it's not.
Now, potentially, you could make an argument that if they're not truly dedicated to her, then they should leave sooner rather than later.
Because they could be even bigger of a problem.
Right, exactly. You don't want them to fail at a crucial moment, right?
Or to leak information that they wouldn't.
Exactly, right. There are so many ways that it could go worse, but I don't think that's Tyrion's goal here.
No,
he's just doing this because whatever.
Because he finds it fun, I think.
He finds it fun. You know, he doesn't like them very much, or he sees their lack of dedication to Salem as being preposterous, you know. But even then, I don't think that's what it is. It's just him goofing off.
I don't think he even really cares, because he said, children, do what you love. Like, the fact that he calls them children. Well, okay, here's one thing that I really loved about Hazel.
Yes.
Hazel is walking around and he's got Big Daddy energy. Like, he's got like, I'm a cool uncle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, that energy, I like that. That's good. Because he is consistent, and yet he has this one trigger word that starts with Oz and rhymes with tin, you know?
Yeah, but even then, before they did that, they gave him the contradiction of no one needed to die today.
Exactly.
You know, and that was great, right? It was simple, it was to the point, and it was fantastic.
And Tyrion here is showing his simplicity in that he just loves what he does, but he's actually teaching them something here.
Right.
Why is he doing that?
Yeah.
And we are left with this cliffhanger of, please.
Yeah.
Please do what you love, essentially.
Well, and the thing is, I love it when bad guys use, like, traditional, good, like, quotes for life.
Oh, yes.
Out of context.
Oh, yes.
Like, Entangled, one of my favorite lines was when Mother Gothel was like, patience, boys. All good things to those who wait. I love that line.
Yeah.
And the fact that here he's like, children, do what you love. It's like,
because Hazel is like good dad energy. Tyrion is trying to channel dad energy, and it's just like, oh, that's wrong. No, don't do that. No, please stop. So we love it because it's
interesting. It's engaging.
Yeah, exactly.
It gives extra depth and flavor to his character, which is great.
And of course now this was a little bit jarring. He's all like, oh, because of undisclosed reasons, Salem is stepping forward with her plan. Now he's literally telling them important plot information,
right,
in a way that he really probably shouldn't in this case.
And then Watts cuts him off before he goes into details,
almost as if he heard him.
And he's like,
But he's not saying that. He's not reprimanding him. He just says, Tyrion, it's time.
And
it's like, oh, ominous. I would have loved to hear like Mercury say something if he wasn't so scared at the moment, because he's hulking over him. Say something like, "Wow, could you be any more menacing to come in here and be like, it's time?" But it's like, no, he's just being regular, Watts here. So,
but here's one thing that I would absolutely love to see happen. Because here's the thing: anytime someone tries to threaten Mercury or Emerald when they're by themselves, it's just stupid. That is like the height of hubris. But because like, okay, Tyrion thinks he has Mercury on the ground. Cool. He wasn't actually holding Mercury. Suddenly Emerald just makes it be like Mercury's still there. Mercury just sort of shimmies out from underneath him.
Right.
And
I think this is something that people have been kind of talking about in the comments back and forth, because I still don't agree with most of the people that think like Emerald's power would be useless on Tyrion. It's like, no. Here's the thing. Yes, Tyrion would be smart. Now, here's something to clarify, is that most people that Emerald has used her power on have like, she's had advantage on those skill checks. Like, those are people that are either really grossly unprepared or they're dumb, or in general, it's actually a freak out thing and they know it's something that's, an illusion or what have you. But it still works, even in the standpoint of it just being so surprising.
Right, because that's the issue, is that even if you know that she can do illusions on you, you still can't undo the illusions. It's not like D&D where you get to make a saving throw, and if you make the save, then suddenly you see what the real thing is or something like that.
Correct, but what Tyrion, and this is something I think a lot of people have been bringing up, is that Tyrion, probably just by being a Faunus and by being a battle-hardened killer, has a really high passive perception for BS.
Sure.
So he probably knows what her semblance is. Because I don't think they would let people into Salem's area without knowing what their semblance is. And probably Cinder bragged about Emerald's, a capacity to help them in this conflict.
Exactly.
And so he totally knows what her semblance is. So I think if he started seeing anything weird that it wouldn't be, he would nope out of there.
Sure. Or
then he would just be like, oh, are we playing games now?
Right, yeah.
You better be ready, because I know where you sleep.
Yeah.
I know what you smell like. Like,
Right.
I would not be worried about Emerald's ability to protect themselves in the immediate one-on-one situation. I would be worried about a week later when Tyrion comes back and he's dictating the terms of the engagement.
Right.
So,
I
totally, I
think
think...
he gets them if he gets them separated from each other or something like that, or
or
whatever.
just moves really quick once.
Yeah.
I don't think Emerald could beat Tyrion in a fight without dictating the terms of the engagement herself.
That was one of the things that they seemed to be setting up here, was how quickly Tyrion took down Mercury.
Yeah.
It made it seem like they were saying, like, no, there's a power gap here.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes, but I also wanted to bring up, I think that Emerald could definitely escape from Tyrion.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, unless he set up a really good trap. But I do think, though, that she would probably abandon Mercury if that was the case. I think she would almost have to.
Or at least the way it is now. And this is something that's interesting. Okay, so if Watts and Tyrion are going to Atlas, would that mean that Hazel, Mercury, Emerald, and Salem would be left at the palace? Or wherever they're...
Potentially.
Which would
I'm actually thinking that Salem might be on the move now.
That would be pretty crazy. And if that's happening, then I would think everyone would be going, unless they had something else to do.
Well, what I'm thinking is that Hazel might be babysitting right now.
Sure.
But one of the things that's interesting is, why does Salem feel like she needs to move quickly?
Right. They mentioned the whole thing of, like, if Ironwood, actually teams up with Vacuo, but still, I mean...
Yeah.
You're playing the long game. You're immortal. Like it.
But that's why I think that there's something else going on here. Because it might be that just the fact that, if Ironwood actually goes through with this and, basically starts making alliances and forms some kind of thing here, going to war, the four kingdoms going to war with each other might, be a problem if Atlas and, say, like, Vacuo together win too easily. Because,
sure,
in some ways, Salem has a little bit of advantage by there being so many variables that no one
exactly
superpower.
She's divided them,
Yeah.
And if they were to team up, there probably wouldn't even need to be a war, because the other kingdoms are kind of fractured enough already.
Yeah, and I think that they probably could still win by corrupting the internal structure of whatever alliance ends up forming. But for some reason, again, I'm interested in why she feels the sense of urgency. What it might be is just the actual acquiring of the next relic.
Sure. Yeah. That could be what it is.
All right. But I think we'll just have to wait and see on that one. But I gotta say, finally, Ruby this episode.
Yep,
Holy
I'm
crap.
so glad she stood up to Crow. That was great.
We had the last episode with more Ruby characterization. We have this episode with more Ruby characterization.
Yep.
And an actual serious confrontation with Crow. This is the thing. Crow, we totally understand where he's coming from. We're not meant to we're not meant to like what he's doing right now. Of course not.
And that's probably if there were an issue with how Ruby as a show generally does characterization, or has done it recently, is that oftentimes it's centered around when characters are doing things that make you not like them, at least in the moment, which then makes it can make it hard to be rooting for the characterization that is coming,
Right. I do think
this was really good.
Yeah, this was really good. Yeah. But I do think Crow needs to be given a little bit of a break, because 1, alcoholic, 2, he's been the one with the longest time in this fight.
Right.
Like,
so and
the betrayal has hit him the hardest.
Right, exactly. And what this conversation represents that's fantastic is that basically the torch has been passed on.
Yes.
Right? Except it wasn't really passed on. It was dropped and the Ruby picked it up.
Yep.
Right? And now Crow kind of has to deal with that.
Yep.
Which is going to be great.
That's going to be great.
It's going to be fantastic.
Crow being a supporting asshole, basically, just kind of being like, yeah, all right, I'm a grimy uncle, but
I wonder. Okay, what if
he could be the perfect distraction?
But think about this. Think about this. What if Crow goes back to the Argus military outpost and requests to talk with the main lady again? Specifically so that his semblance will be an effect on people around him. And what would be the worst kind of luck for her? To have an Atlas airship get taken so that people can go to Atlas.
I mean, that would be hilarious.
And then Crow turns into a crow and flies after them.
Well, that's the thing, is that the reason why Crow would be the perfect distraction is because he doesn't need an Atlas airship.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that I think
that's amazing. If they do that, that would be so cool.
Yeah, I think they're going to do something similar to that, and that Crow will eventually team up with their plan, and they'll be like, Crow, we actually need you. And he'd be like, you need me? What? What do you need me for? Like, I mean, sure, I'll help out however I can. And they'll be like, all right, we need you to go be annoying at the Atlas Air Base as either a Crow or yourself. Take your pick.
Or both, you know.
Yeah, and he's just going to be like, so you want me to
manage that?
take a dump on them from 50 feet? No, Crow, your semblance.
Wait a minute.
We need you to let your semblance just kind of...
Okay.
And he's like, I don't actively use my semblance, Ruby. It's passive. It's way more nuanced and complicated like that. It's like, okay, just go be moody over there then.
That's actually a great point. Does Crow being a crow temporarily suppress his semblance?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
But that's very important. Because that means he could go around and be bad luck for people, and they wouldn't realize that there's something being bad luck for them. All they would know is there's a crow, and it's like, who let the bird in here? You know, like, how did that thing get in here? Shoo, get it out. You know, but that's it.
That bird has a crap ton of aura. I keep shooting at it.
But really, like that, they could do that. You know.
Aren't Burtons supposed to have just like 5-8 hit points or something? Pop, 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 and just like ping, ping, ping.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, get over here. I shot that bird twice, and it's still alive.
Oh, man. I would love to see Crow being a crow and being like a real dick crow. Like,
aren't animals not supposed to have aura? Yeah.
Wait, no. Animals have aura.
Wait, animals? Oh, yeah, Grimm.
Come on, Grimm don't have aura.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think animals are supposed to have this much aura.
But specifically to mess with the twin guards as well.
Yes. That would be for sure. Funny. I mean, hey, he should just do that all the time while they're here.
Is there any semblance that they could... Oh, you know how they do this?
What?
So, Jean has been enhancing semblances recently. You know whose semblance would be perfect for this whole stealing an airship job?
So, you're saying he could charge up Crow...
No.
Oh, okay.
No, don't charge up Crow. That's no. We don't do that. Are you stupid? Like, no. Who on the team, on the team that they have here, who has the best semblance for,
well,
it's Ruby. It's Ruby.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, she just flies them all in.
Really fast. Everyone grab on and just
suddenly the Lancaster shippers start applauding. Yeah,
I'm just saying, it would work really well unless there's something about the quality, the aspect of Ruby's semblance in that she can't actually transfer this power to people, because the idea of pushing other people with super speed is that you have to kind of crook their neck and then their back.
But she was able to take Weiss. So the question,
they set it up. There you go.
But the question is that because she was able to actually hold Weiss, or because it was something about her semblance of being,
and the Ice Queen is just like, oh, I guess, secretly sly smiling, like she totally likes it, but it's just like, if I must, I think that's what they'll do, and it'll be like the ultimate conflagration, color swirl of Juniper and Ruby,
sure.
Team Orange, I guess, and Ruby.
Yeah.
Oh, Orange Ruby. No, because Jean is orange and Pyrrha was red. Orange Ruby.
Yeah. Or they could just sneak Nora into the power grid.
So she would channel all the electricity
city.
Out of the...
Black out the entire city. And then, when the lights are off, they steal the airship.
This is like Heroes all over again. Just finding a superpower that buffs other superpowers. We're all like, think of the combinations. It's the inner gamer in us all freaking out.
Right.
Wow. All right, guys. This is an amazing episode. I think this is one of my favorite character episodes in RWBY as a series.
And it felt like a build-up episode, but in the best way.
Yeah, because
it brought to a head so many things that can then keep on going, with the character arcs and stuff, and become even better and more amazing.
Yep.
So.
Yep. I think there's there might have been a couple things that we might have been able to touch on a little bit more. I think the main thing that we didn't touch on yet is Oscar's whole,
the casserole.
Yeah, but he basically went out to just have some time to himself to think, you know? And I love that he just, I just came back and I realized you all had been looking for me, so I made some food. It's like, oh, that's sweet. But he also went out and dressed himself, so here's the thing, guys. Oscar, when he's stressed, he goes shopping.
That's right.
Confirmed, Oscar is Sokka. Like, that's it. Like, you remember in Avatar when it's like, I know how to encourage you to make you feel better. He's like, shopping! And then he just goes out there. Oscar somehow had money, and
that's the real question.
Well, no, we just assume money. You know,
no, he actually has like secret trust funds like everywhere that he's built up over the years.
Osmond's like, so if you need access to resources,
I've got 5 million over there, 5 million over
I've got
there.
secret drop spots. I also have special codes to secret accounts that are like ancient. Like these are old. Like if you ever like
back
open
when
one of these
gold
accounts,
was a currency, like I have a safe that's like,
if you had the ability to be immortal, one of the things that would instantly be solved for you is the ability to gain wealth. Because compound interest is a thing. And if you have unlimited time,
time is money, so
so
hey, that's how they beat Salem.
Oh my god, they buy Salem off.
Konosuba style. It's not how do you defeat the demon prince or demon lord or whatever?
You hire armies bigger than they have.
Exactly.
That's how we win. We buy Atlas. No. These are so dumb. I love it. All right, guys, this episode really got us in a weird emotional place. It was
the
full
Pyrrha
of
statue
feels.
was just
It was full of good quality humor, all kinds of just character moments, just good stuff. So thank you so much, RWBY, for making this wonderful show, and thank you guys so much for watching our reaction and discussion. If you want to see the I guess the reaction with the footage.
The next episode.
I guess the next episode with a timer. That's right.
Exactly.
So no show footage. You have to sync it up. Go check out the link in the description below for Patreon. You can get on the early access bit for that there, which is kind of interesting. But the main thing is any kind of support gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us about RWBY episodes as it comes out, stories in general, all kinds of other random stuff, like, you know, just whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.